Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule, so it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? All are welcome on this channel and all contributions are highly appreciated, okay? We're starting off with the Three of Earth here. It says talent, recognition, and collaboration, okay? So there could be some kind of talent that you're being recognized for. There could be someone, supporting you as well. This could be financial. Someone could be assisting you in buying you tools or supplies for this skill or this talent that you have. So you could be collaborating with someone, and also someone could be offering maybe to buy supplies or tools that you need. Okay. And this could be any kind of hobby, any kind of passion that you are involved in. Okay. Any kind of area of interest, any kind of talent that you show: hair, nails, tattooing. You could be an artist, a writer. Okay. Someone could be supporting your path, supporting what it is that you are desiring to do. Okay. This could come from a total stranger. They may have heard about how gifted you are, or they heard about your work, and yes, and they want to accommodate you and be of assistance. You may also have an offer of someone wanting to collaborate with you. Okay. We have the Seven of Air, awareness, okay? Awareness and caution and consequences. Maybe in the past, throughout you working on this hobby or this skill, maybe you tried to collaborate with people in the past. But Spirit is saying this energy is different, and for you to use your discernment, but you can trust that they are sincere. They really support what you are doing, and they really do want to invest. So don't be oblivious if you feel uncomfortable, but it is okay for you to trust, and it is okay for you to collaborate if you desire to do so. Now, if you feel like, no, I only want to do this by myself, then that's okay too. It's not like you're going to be hindered or blocked from developing or being successful in your own right if you choose to, do this solo. This could be a solo project for you. The next card we have here is the Queen of Water here, okay? And so someone sees you as very loving and giving. They could see you also as someone that has intuitive abilities or gifts as well. They could see you as someone very unique and different. There's a lot that stands out about you, okay? I'm also picking up someone could be under suspicion or suspecting that you are psychic. Okay. I'm not saying that you are or you aren't, but I'm picking up that someone feels like you are intuitive. And then there's someone else or a group of people who are suspecting that you have some kind of gift, but you're very loving, you're very giving and kind. And it looks like this speculation energy is turning into them actually loving who you are genuinely and being in support. So, with that being said, maybe this is a person or a group of people who once saw, those who speak of or practice their intuitive gifts. Maybe they consider that to be a negative thing. But I'm picking up for some of you, there's someone that you're growing on them, Spirit is saying. And so you may not be aware of this. This may be something that you're not aware of, but you are growing on this person. They may have passed judgment in one way about how you are or who you are, or what you do. Maybe you do divination. Maybe you read tea leaves, okay? For some of you, not all of you, this could be any gift or skill or talent. And maybe they were judgmental. Maybe they deemed it as to be something evil or wicked. But over time, they're starting to grow an interest for what you are partaking in. They understand that, yes, the collective is gifted and tapped in. This is very specific for a few of you, not all of you, but the collective is also a loving, kind person. And so the prejudgment, the pre-orchestrated judgment that they have stereotyped you with, they're finding that they were wrong. Okay, and they could be saying this to themselves, like, I was so wrong. This person is actually nice. Okay, all right. This person could have had fears due to their upbringing or what they were told, or something they read in the Bible. This person may also be someone who is learning to read the Bible the correct way. This person may be learning to decode when it comes to reading and understanding hidden knowledge or wisdom. So yeah, so this person is learning not to read everything literally, take everything literally. So this could be something that they were told about spirituality or about divination or about tarot. Maybe someone told them this was wicked, this was evil. Maybe someone showed them something in the Bible that it was evil or it was wicked, but they're learning to decode. This person is someone, this is very specific. Someone is doing research also. And this research is for them to become self-aware of different knowledge, different hidden wisdom, questions. This person has some questions, okay, about spirituality, about divination, and they're finding that they have misjudged really a chosen one. They have misjudged someone who is divinely being guided by the divine, by source. Very Pacific. Wow, amazing. Amazing. So this person may not come out and apologize to you, collective. Um, But they could be saying this to themselves, wow, I misjudged. You may notice a certain change in this person. It may come off weird because you are intuitive. Whoever I'm speaking to, this is for some of you, not all of you. You are intuitive. You are a psychic. You do have different abilities. And you may pick up on it like, wow, they're acting different. And it may give you that kind of like, you kind of weird energy. But you're very wise to use your discernment. Yeah. It's because they're finding out they're going through a process of unlearning. This person is even learning how to read the Bible the proper way. Some people read it in a literal sense or go off of what they were told, or a lot of people go off of what they were taught, the NLP, the logistic programming, the neurological logistic programming, whatever they're constantly told, whatever somebody constantly thumps and projects at them. There are people who go by the programming that that's projected, and they don't take the time to do the research to look into things. So, but this person is taking the time doing research and actually looking into things and learning, which is beautiful. They're learning at the same time. Learning how to properly read and decode instead of taking things as a literal sense and running with it and choosing to pass judgment. And I'm also, this is like, oh wow, this is deep. This is like a catalyst. You're like a catalyst. This is pivoting this person in another direction of their life, collective. This is making them to be more mindful of misjudging and being so swift and quick to judge others. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Yeah. So we have the king of water here. It says compassionate, understanding, and trustworthy. So this person, they're choosing to have compassion and starting to trust more instead of, judging and deeming everything as negative. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A lot of people misjudge, and we all have had something or someone that we have misjudged or assumed it was the worst in our lives. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this could be someone who likely even deemed maybe burning sage to be something as evil. I'm just using that as an example. Oh, you're burning sage, that's evil. But then most likely, they went to Jeremiah 44:18 And they read the verse about offerings and burning incense in order to receive. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or they went to Exodus 30, verse 7 through 8, incense to burn throughout generations. Okay. Or they went to Exodus 30, 34 through 36, how to make incense. Okay. Mm-hmm. Or they went to Kings, the first King, 9:25. Mm-hmm. Offerings burnt 3 times a year, peace upon the altar. Okay. So they may have found things that are related to spirituality in the Bible. This is very specific. I didn't know we were going here. They may have found things specifically that were in the Bible, the same Bible that they were trying to pass judgment, utilizing to judge you and deem you to be a negative person or someone who's, I don't know, maybe they call you a witch or you're into dark arts, but they found out that they have misinterpreted what they were reading and what they thought they knew. Okay. This is very unique and beautiful. I mean, how many people actually take the time to do research? And this person is really learning and they're becoming more intrigued and more motivated and encouraged instead of just judging people to look into things for themselves. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Mm. So I'm not picking up that these are Bible verses that you have like said something to this person. This is what they're finding. Like what I thought was evil is it actually isn't evil. Doesn't sage come from Mother Earth? Okay. Wow. Hmm. So, like I said, you may notice this person changing their energy, but it's a positive. They're not as rigid, when they are around you. And they could, I don't know, try to smile more and have more conversations with you about anything, okay? Light energy, nothing nefarious, nothing nefarious. I would share it if it was. And so we have number 16, transformation, realization, life change, and liberation. See, this person is doing they realize that you're a loving, kind person and they misjudge you. Look, and it's creating a transformation, as I said. It's causing this person to want to learn more and allow the process of the unlearning to occur in their life. They're not just going by, oh, I'm going to keep going to church because this is what I saw my family do. No, they're doing research and learning about different cultures, different religious beliefs and practices, and they're no longer just going along to get along, okay? It says realization, life change. Okay. And it's making them feel more liberated. They're feeling more free. So it looks like, oh, this is so beautiful. The whole idea of you crossing this person's path, collective, was for you to enlighten them. Whatever your spiritual practice or belief is, it could be tarot, it may not be tarot. You could just be into spirituality. Maybe you believe in natural healing. You could believe in healing through different herbs, and it could be anything. Anything cultural, whatever this is that they pass judgment on you, they're doing the research and they're finding out that they were so wrong, and it's making them feel more free. They're not as rigid. They're not as afraid to intermingle and experience life more, and also being able to experience a variety of people from different backgrounds and different living situations. So you're allowing this person to be more free because they're having a lot of the realization moments, and it's life changing. It's helping them change and reform their life. Hmm. Hmm. This person is becoming more nurturing, more caring, towards people, places, and things with the Empress energy here that crosses their path instead of being malicious or having iniquity or resentment towards people who don't look like them or go to their church or study what they study or believe what they believe. This is someone who is becoming open to socializing and being around, like I said, a plethora of different people, regardless of their ethnicity, their cultural, religious, or spiritual beliefs or practices. They're choosing to withhold judgment. There it is. There it is, collective. They're choosing to withhold their judgment. And the whole idea of them meeting you, oh, God is so good. The whole idea of them meeting you, mm, this could be in a social setting, this could be at work. This could also be a friend of the family, someone who comes by, and you're the chosen one out the family, the unique one who possibly, would come over and visit, but always give you the fish eye. But this is changing them for the better. I'm hearing acceptance of what is beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're inspiring them. The Ace of Air, inspiration, communication, and adjustments. You are inspiring this person in a positive way. This could be someone who is very prejudiced as well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But they're breaking free from this and it's liberating them. They're withholding judgment. Because they realize, they don't want to be judged, so why should they judge others? Why should they condemn the idea or any conditioning that any condition, or conditioning that a person is in or living under? Nobody wants to be judged in a negative way. It doesn't matter, but nobody wants that. So this person is coming to the realization, wow, they're learning the law of what they put out comes back to them. Hmm. Now I'm hearing, what if that was my child? So maybe somebody has a child who went through something, being singled out, being treated some kind of way. Hmm. And this is also giving this person, oh, look, overanalyzing choices. Yeah, they're learning how to stop overanalyzing people, places, and things. This doesn't mean to be oblivious and ignore or go along to get along, but they're learning not to overanalyze, not to condemn every person that doesn't look like them, every person that doesn't believe what you believe, for those who celebrate the Xmas, the Christmas, who celebrate Odin, Satan. Those who celebrate the Satan, the Odin, there are some who do not worship or celebrate, and that's okay. So this is someone who is not likely to question, oh, why aren't you celebrating Christmas? This is just someone to say, oh, okay. If you were to say, well, I don't subscribe to the theory of hula days, yeah, I'm being sarcastic. I'm very sarcastic. I don't subscribe to the theory of hula days. This is someone to like be like, oh, okay, cool. Want something to eat? What you doing later? That kind of energy. Like, hey, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it popping. There's no need for me to judge you. There's no need for me to try to make you feel some kind of way. Yeah, because your life is yours to live and theirs is theirs to live. There are many reasons, we all are uniquely, individually, divinely created. And there are many reasons why we have a different path. We have karmic debt to clear, we have lessons to learn, we have our divine purpose, many purposes, many gifts, many lessons to learn, many to clear. There's many reasons. Everyone has their own pot of gumbo. I like to use gumbo as an analogy, each and every one of us to handle, to take care of. And there's many reasons why people live the life that they live. And it doesn't always mean that they're a terrible person. It doesn't always mean that, oh, they didn't try. It doesn't always mean that somebody's lazy. Sometimes, but not all the time. There are reasons, and everyone has a story, and no one's pain, is has been lighter than anyone else's, but everyone has a reason. Some people may find their purpose or their breakthrough through the situation that they are in. So I've learned a long, long, long time ago, you might as well leave judgment to the side and worry about yourself. Let people be who they are. It's none of my business who you love, what you believe in, what you practice. I don't want to test you on it, question you on it, or quiz you on it. You know why? Because that takes too much of my currency. And my currency is too precious to be dabbling in somebody else's business. Because whatever you are connected to or whatever you like, that's for you to like and love. It is none of my business, and nobody owes me an explanation. Nobody owes me an explanation. But what happens, to people who are very judgmental, or the Bible thumpers, who become angry, or they side eye you, or they want to condemn you if you're not doing what they're doing? What it is, because they have chosen to consume the programming, meaning accept what was given to them. And if you're someone who's living an unorthodox life, or belief, or practice, or something that is rare, or it could just be something that they're not interested in, deep down inside, collective, deep down inside, and this is something that people who choose to judge you will never share with you, they really are not sure, or truly 100% convinced. Let me say it again. They are not sure, and they will never tell you this. They're not 100% sure or truly convinced that the things that they believe in, whether it's religion, culture, whatever, is really for them. A lot of people partake and follow trends. They partake because they go to church because they saw grandma and auntie go to church. I'll use that as an example. You know, I'm going to do this because I saw everybody else do it. A lot of people partake in different things in life, and there's nothing wrong with church. All are welcome on this channel. I'm using that as an example and an analogy. A lot of people partake in a lot of things in life just because they saw somebody else do it. Nobody will admit that, and nobody wants to talk about it. But it's the deep down, rooted, seated truth. And that's where, when you acknowledge, and it's different for all of us, when you acknowledge that, wait a minute, I've been doing so and so, I've been eating apples, but I really eat apples because I be seeing everybody else eat apples. You know, I've been eating lemons because I've been seeing everybody else eat lemons. Very few will take the time to do the research or the discovery of thyself, have that awakening, work on self-awareness, work on mastering themselves, doing the research to find out if that something is really for them. We live in a world where people love to follow trends. People are so focused on being accepted. They're focused on being accepted. They want to follow a trend. They want to do what's cool. They want to go where the majority say, yay. If 90% is over there, oh, the 10% must be wrong. If 70% is over there, then the 30% must be wrong. And that's far from the truth in a lot of areas. I'm trying to narrow it down and not make it so broad. But in a lot of areas, with a lot of things, and that is something that people will never admit. I haven't even heard it spoken on. Those people just admitting, you know what, I just do this because I saw somebody else do it. I don't know why I do it. Or they're moving out of fear. They're either trying to duplicate and imitate what they saw someone else do, or they're moving out of fear. Some people are well versed. Some people have read the whole Bible from front to back, and there are some who have not. That doesn't make you any less of a person. Because you can quote a scripture, because you can quote the Quran or whatever kind of literature, that does not put a staple in who you are. Character is who you are when nobody is watching, when no one is there to look at you or analyze you. Who are you when nobody is watching, when nobody is around, when there is no objective given, when there is no instructions given? There are people who believe in politics and people who don't. And that's okay. Some people actually believe that one person can change everybody's life in the world. And they've been believing this since they've been born. And guess what? That's okay. But you cannot become upset at the person that does not understand or understand your belief system. We're supposed to see things different. That's how we learn from each other. That's how new things are invented in life. Ideas, products, ways of living, ways of doing, evolution, metamorphosis, change. The seasons constantly changing. But people will never admit to that. That's the solid truth. That they have been guilty of partaking in something because they saw everyone else doing it. Not even knowing the intricacies of it. Is it true? Is it real? What is your basis? What are you going off of? What have you witnessed to prove that what you're following is actual and factual? Confirmation. These are topics that people don't want to talk about. Everyone is comfortable when everything can be swept under the rug. And let's not talk about that. It doesn't have to be judgment. It doesn't have to be a battle. But just consider, and this is what I'm talking about is something personal and private. You don't even have to share this with nobody. This is between you and source or the Christ within. I just mentioned two things. I said this is between you and source or the Christ within. I just mentioned two different belief systems right there. You can just take inventory moving forward. This is personal and private. Nobody has to know what you're doing. Am I partaking, as you move forward? Am I doing this because I'm following someone, or is this really for me? Do I know what I'm getting myself involved in? We can't control everything, but we can take the time to really take some inventory and analyze ourselves. As much as we judge and project people, places, and things outside of us, we can analyze ourselves. Am I doing the right thing? Is this really for me? I heard so and so, but you know what? Let me do some research, whether it's Google, the library, whatever. If you don't like reading, they got audio books now. They even got an app where you can take the book and change it to the audio if you don't like reading. So, hey. But to each his own. It's all energy, and we all have our own smaller worlds. We all are our own bubble of energy in our own world. And I say our own world because we have our own experiences. And we're supposed to have our own experiences. That's how we learn from each other. We're supposed to have different elements. We're supposed to have different energies. Someone has to show up with the polka dot socks on. Someone has to wear the plaid suit, the shirt, the jacket, the socks, and the pants. Someone has to be the enigma. Someone has to come and keep it 100. Someone has to be brave. Someone has to be unique. Someone has to stand out above the rest. And not because they're looking for superficial attentions or have reasoning behind it. It's so we can come out of avoidance of being in indecision about who we are and our true purpose of why we are here. And it doesn't matter, the confusion. There's so much confusion. Don't be fooled by the people who you see with a lot of materialism, and you're assuming because you're only dealing with the first layer. You don't want to go deep. Oh, that person has it all together. I'm just going to follow that. No, you need to follow what's for you. It doesn't mean that that person is wrong, but you need to follow what's for you, because what's for them may not be for you. There are people who speak of being in a void and feeling like, they're bored with this, they're bored with that. When you come to those points in your life where you're feeling you're bored and certain things no longer interest you and you don't know why, it's because your soul is calling for you to do more. It's because you're receiving a spiritual nudge to go deeper. You're receiving a spiritual nudge to do something you've never done before. Whether you're the first one, whether you're scared, what they say, even if your voice shakes, speak your mind. Your soul is calling for you to do that thing you keep putting off. Your soul is calling for you to go ahead and finish that project, that book, that paper, whatever it is, painting that room, whatever it is. Go ahead. Stop saying you're going to go clean the garage out. Go ahead and do it. I'm just using those as examples. The people, they feel this. A lot of people speak on it, and a lot of people be feeling it, that they're bored with where they are at in their life. This could be in their relationship, their career. This could be the friends around them. And it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with their family and friends. It just simply means that they've outgrown their environment. That's all. So you'll receive that spiritual nudge of being bored, and you're not bored. That's a spiritual nudge saying, hey, 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 it's time to go another direction. We're done over here. Hey, it's time for us to go. And they're waiting for you to say, okay, let's go. The ancestors are waiting for you to say, okay, we'll assist you. The divine is waiting for you to say, okay, I trust you. The inner Christ in you is waiting to say, okay, let's do it. It's not the people around you. It's your spirit, your soul is calling for more. And that doesn't mean you're a terrible person. It's time to go to another level. It's time to graduate. That's all. And it's actually a positive thing. And a lot of us deem it as something terrible, or they look at it as depression. It's not depression. Your soul just wants more. Want you to try something new. Let's go get a pair of new shoes kind of energy. Let's change the color. I want it bright in here. Let's change the color. That's all it is. It doesn't mean that your family and friends, well, some are, but not all the time. Not all the time. But it doesn't mean something wrong with your relationship or your marriage all the time. It doesn't mean something wrong with your family and friends all the time. Sometimes, but not all the time. Sometimes it's just you needing to do something different. This could be something like going to take a class of something fun, And when I say class, we're not talking about, they don't have to be college. You can go take a cooking class, a pottery class, or I don't know, an art course, or something fun. Do something different. We receive a lot of spiritual nudges to pivot. I said we, not just you. I said we, and we have to be mindful to listen to them. We have to be mindful. And the spiritual nudges come in different ways. Hey, you. It can also come in a backwards way. You could go somewhere, maybe there's a place of business you patronize, and every time you go there, you don't know why, but they are rude, nasty, disrespectful. They take their time ringing you up, but you keep going to the same spot. You keep going to the same. That's a spiritual nudge. Guess what that means? Go somewhere else. That means take your business somewhere else. That's a nudge. Your ancestors and the divine is trying to reach you. Source is trying to reach you. Your higher self is trying to reach you like, hey, we've outgrown going to the store. Go to the one down the road. I don't care if it's further from your home. Go ahead. Take the walk, take the drive. Hey, go somewhere else. Instead of allowing somebody, you showing up to patronize their business and you being disrespected and treated the wrong way. Instead of you constantly complaining, you can change your story by taking your energy and your money somewhere else. And then sometimes you can receive a nudge because maybe your spirit team got somebody for you to meet. Maybe it's meant for you to run into somebody somewhere. I didn't know the reading was going here either. It surprised me every day. I didn't know it. But I love this. I love it. This is beautiful. The six of air, relief, hope, and moving on. You see that? You have met this person who passed judgment on you. They started off demonizing you, calling you wicked, whatever you partake in, and you have opened their eyes, and it's beautiful. Not only to you, Spirit is saying to many people. Many people. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. And if you're watching and you were that person passing judgment on someone and you've chosen to withhold judgment, that's beautiful. Congratulations, I'm proud of you. But with the six of air here, it says relief, hope, and moving on. So this is hope and relief. You have given this person relief in their life. Because when we carry hatred, judgment towards anyone, that is an energy. And that can be stored within your vessel. No, I'm not a licensed medical physician, and this is not a diagnosis. This is not a diagnosis. But when you store hatred within you regarding people, or you pass judgment on them and look at them like, oh no, they're beneath me, they're wicked, that is energy. That's energy. And you don't want that stored in your vessel. A lot of things that goes on in the human anatomy is connected to energy. Resentment, hate, judgment. So you have allowed this person to move forward. You have like set this person free. Liberation. Didn't I have liberation out here? It's on one of these cards. Here it is. 16, transfer, liberation, life changing. Yeah, you're liberating this person through their realization. Yeah. And hopefully, this reading is so beautiful. Hopefully, this person share this with someone that they care about that's willing to listen, because I know everybody don't want to learn. It's okay. The learners chill with the learners. That's all. It's okay. It's all right. All is well. I say. Mm-hmm. So we have the seven of earth, investment, assessment, and patience. So this person is learning to be patient, and they're being careful with their assessment, because they're realizing with investment here that they have spent a lot of their life investing their time and their opinions of people who are not like them. There has been a misappropriation of their own energy. And this person could be having a breakthrough and aha, like, wow, all this time I've been misinformed about life and about people around me. If you feel and think that there's only one way to live and be, you're in for a rude awakening. and a mini box with that theory, especially if they're seasoned in age, if they're seasoned, older in age, they feel like, oh, because of my age, I know it all and ain't nothing changing. No, you can also go through the process of the unlearning at any age. Age doesn't matter to me, but those who refer to it and rely on it and they focus on it so much that they allow it to make choices for them, you can go through the process of the unlearning at any age. It's like a person, what's another analogy? Been doing something for 20, 30 years, and the idea that they've been doing it for a long time, a person becomes upset. And that's why they say, the enlightenment is not for everyone. It can be dangerous sometimes because everyone isn't ready. It could be very shocking to people, and everyone is not ready. They're just not ready. They rather stand on a rug of lies than have a rug of truth giving to them. They rather stand in a lie. They rather stand in a lie. They're comfortable there, and there are some who know that they're standing on lies, and probably would tell you. I believe there's some brave hearts out there like, yeah, I know, but we good. Like, shh, shh. I know, but we good. Don't be telling us no truth. Let me change the channel. There they go talking the truth again. Messing up my lies. How dare they? Type of energy. Mm-hmm. Release, endings, transformation, and freedom. So this person is having an awakening, and the whole idea and the whole time, this was divinely meant for you to cross each other's path. So this person is having some good thoughts about how they misjudge not just you, a lot of people, collective. And they don't need to tell you. It's okay. They don't need to tell you. You already forgave them. You ain't mad about nothing because that's not how you operate. That ain't how you operate. The energy I'm talking to, that you don't operate like that. That you don't get down like that. You don't walk around holding baggage. That's baggage. And you can forgive a person. It doesn't mean you have to be best friends with them. You can be cordial, respectful, and hey, no hard feelings. Nobody's mad at you. Nobody's mad at you. Okay. No, we are not paying bid whiz every Saturday night, but that doesn't mean I'm mad. Okay. Yes, if you've came into their life like the magician, okay, and you are helping them, it says manifestation, empowerment, preparedness. You are helping them empower themselves, okay, in a wonderful way. Mm-hmm. So this is a beautiful read. This is a beautiful, beautiful read. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The last card we have here is the Nine of Earth. It says contentment, luxury, and independence. And so you could be that one who's living a life of luxury and independence, okay? And they're seeing this. They're like, wow, I've done all that, passing judgment. I've done all that, and the collective is doing wonderful. So it must be something to it. They are considering all these things. They're doing the research. They're changing a lot about, they're withholding judgment from a lot of people and a lot of things, they may have, you know, they may have had judgment against the LGBT community as well. Mm-hmm. That's come up. I have to share that. They've let that go. They realize that people have free will to love who they want to love and let it be. Okay. And so they are watching you live a life of contentment and luxury. And you can be very independent. Even if you're in a relationship, you can be someone who's very resilient and resourceful, very intelligent. You have a lot of information and wisdom. And you're that person, like I said, you always have something new to share, whether it's about health, resources, how to do something, how to accomplish a goal. You are that person. Yeah. And they're saying it must be something to it because look, the collective. They're in the garden drinking tea and minding the business that pays them. So whatever they're into or their belief in, evidently God's got them. They must be spiritually connected. This has got to be something from the divine. So they're saying to themselves, how dare I interrupt? Later.